welcome driver Ryan Newman to the Fox Sports 1 stage. Good to see you, Ryan.
You too.
It's good to be out here again at Daytona, but you know, for people, things change over the years, but the one thing that never will change is the fact that you're a Daytona 500 champion. Does that make it really special to come here?
It does, and I think it gives you a little bit of extra drive to win another one. I guess maybe not to prove anybody wrong as far as if it was a fluke or anything, just to do it again. I mean, it's, once you taste it, you want some more of it, and just look forward to the opportunity with the Caterpillar Chevrolet, and ECR and RCR have done an awesome job to prepare for Speed Weeks with the speed that we have in our race cars, and we've proven that
they certainly have.
we can get that part of it done, and we'll just have to see how we can race, and that's going to happen tonight.
Ryan, you ran the Sprint Unlimited race the other night, and you did take the checkered flag, which was a big feat considering there were only 8 drivers running at the end of that. You qualified well, so you have a good qualifying speed to fall back on, and you and Luke Lambert only ran 5 laps of practice yesterday, which I thought was very smart. You've got a teammate that got a car torn up. We know there's only been that half-inch of spoiler added from the rules last year. What is going on here with tearing all these race cars? I know we've seen this before, but it's just like there's something going on different on the racetrack.
Well, you have a little bit of anticipation with the start of the season. You had guys yesterday in practice that had no drafting practice. I mean, you come down here and testing, and all you do is work on speed. We had the opportunity with the Unlimited to get some practice in race trim as well as the race, so that's why I said I had 75 laps of practice in before last night. So for me, it was about checking the leaks and squeaks with the Caterpillar Chevrolet.
Make sure the power steering's working, right?
That too. that helps. But I think that the half-inch spoiler does back up some air. It makes the cars draft a little bit differently. The closing rate is faster, and when you see the 20 and the 18 cutting across guys' noses and not realizing that there was not a hole there, it just tells you that there's experience that's not prevailing over the changes that have been made.
Yeah. Ryan, all race car drivers are competitive. They want to win practice, as we have seen. But you're locked in.
I didn't.
You're a champ. Yeah, you're a champion. So tonight, knowing you're locked in, you're one of the guys to beat. How do you approach this race, knowing everything's good, and you just want to get to the Daytona 500?
Well, this is a race and not practice, so we do want to win this one. We want to win it for our sponsors, and we want to get it a good starting position, obviously, but also probably more importantly, a good pit selection to get us, timing line, and as well as potentially an opening, and that makes a big difference at a track where we know it's challenging to come off the banking and 200 miles an hour to hit pit road and not slide through your box and have that extra room to be able to turn in and out. That makes a big difference here.
Well, Ryan, let's go down now and check in with your crew chief, who is standing by with Ray Dunlap. Ray?
Well, thank you, JR, and that would be Luke Lambert, and your driver is on our set, and he just said he's going all out. He's going to win tonight's race, but I have a feeling you want to keep a really good car for the Daytona 500. How do you balance that?
Yeah, it's a tough little balancing act that we kind of have to face when we come down here. But, like you said, we're here to win, and we're here to, prove to the sponsors and everybody that's paying attention to the sport how good of a strong race team we have. So we've got a really good race car for the 500, and right now we want to take care of it. But we definitely want to try to go out there and win the race. We are locked in kind of on speed and points and everything else. So we're going to try to win the race, and hopefully we don't have to put ourselves in a bad situation.
Daytona 500 is certainly the biggest event of the year, but you've got a plan for an entire season. So how has the process been with you, Ryan, and building the team together?
It's going really well. We spent quite a bit of time in the off season, comparing information, talking about our past experiences and going and testing at different racetracks. And then from that, we've been putting forth a plan for these first few races. There's been a lot of rule changes that everybody knows about this year, and it's a good thing because I think it gives us an opportunity to build a fresh notebook, and everybody in the garage is going to be building a fresh notebook. So it's kind of cool to be able to do that with a new driver and get 2014 kicked off right.
All right, good luck tonight keeping that balance. That's Luke Lambert. Johnny?
Ray, thank you very much. Kenny?
Ryan, I've been watching the drafting, and we've been learning this bump drafting, hooking up. Do you believe the bump drafting and the tandem drafting, is it officially gone, or are we back to the old days?
It's not officially gone. I think that there's a place to do it on restarts, and you can get up to a certain speed, and then the cars want to be separated. But I think for the most part, the tandem drafting as we knew it, with the 2 cars and then 2 cars and then 2 cars, and you can team up that's pretty much gone. I think we're more back to pack and single file racing, but there is a part of the tandem racing that will pay off in restarts.
The fans like that. Well, I'll be darned. Awesome.
Now, Ryan, I know you're probably going to downplay this, but you've only driven now for 3 owners, starting with Richard Childress here this year. And Obviously, at Penske, you know, Rusty was the senior member there. And then when you went to Stewart-Haas Racing, even though you went there when it started, obviously Tony was a senior member. You truly are the senior member at Richard Childress Racing. When you look at the other two drivers there,
Age-wise.
well, but experience-wise too.
Yes.
Yeah, experience.
Yes. I mean, Paul,
those other two drivers only have one Sprint Cup Series win between the two of them.
right. Paul's got the most experience, I think, as a driver at RCR, maybe right alongside Austin and a little bit of Ty. But you know, from my standpoint, yes, experience-wise, as far as a career goes in NASCAR, I do have more. That doesn't make me the go-to guy. I think that there's potential that we can.
Something tells me you will be the go-to guy.
Well, I mean, maybe there's times where, like, we go to Pocono. I mean, you know, Austin's got limited laps around Pocono. Paul's got more laps than Austin, but I've got more laps than both of them put together. So there's times and places where it'll make a difference. You know, if the schedule changes, we ever hit Iowa, we're all going to be knocking on Austin's door.
Okay, switching gears and having fun now. Daytona Speed Weeks, you're down here 2 weeks long. What are you doing? We've seen you doing some fishing. I've seen you race slot cars. What do you do in some downtime to chill out down here in Daytona for 2 weeks?
A little bit of fishing. Before my wife and kids came down, my mom and dad and I went out to Lake Lloyd here, and I was like, that was a small one.
Oh.
Really? That looks big.
Yeah. See, I don't remember if that was the one that my mom caught and I had to take off for. Yeah. And then I caught one that was later, but I had to keep fishing until I caught one because I couldn't let my mom catch the only fish. Right? It's the competitor in us.
Now we see you sharing that moment with your dad, Greg, and we brought this up before, but to me, one of the more special moments because I have a son that races. Yeah. How about that moment in the closing lap of the 2008 Daytona 500 with your dad up on the spotter stand?
That was special in so many ways. Just to know all the things that we've been through as a father and a son, as a driver and car owner, as friends, you name it, and you've experienced it. Kenny, you've experienced it. I'm not sure you have, but it makes a difference when you get those sweet moments. That makes it even sweeter. And to have my dad spot for me at that time, and knowing that we literally
did he ever let off the button?
Oh, yeah, he did. He was good. He might have been shivering off of it, but he was off of it at times. But you know, we made our own credentials to get inside here to sneak in because we didn't have the money to pay for them. And just
so cool.
That and I'm not condoning that for anybody.
I love it.
Just saying it can be done. But
you are an engineer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think we actually, and I'm going to try to stay neutral on my sponsors here, but we actually hit a Winn-Dixie and got construction paper the night before and went over and tried to figure out. And this is before you could take a picture with an iPhone and figure out.
Right. I'll never forget the first time I went in the garage here and seen Richard Petty. So I can relate with you.
Yeah.
Ryan, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. That is a Daytona 500 champion, Ryan Newman. Best of luck this year with your new team and as the new season starts. Let's take a look at duel number 1 and who will be starting where on the grid. These, of course, are the odd-numbered qualifiers.